It was so boring. Literally. We're just going to turn this series into YGS. Jax Films, I'm just going to steal your whole thing and do it with IMDB comments.
Literally.
Hey, what's up everybody? My name's Adam, you're watching PictureLocked, and today we're going to talk about a movie that I've seen twice now and really, really like. It's called 8th Grade, and it's actually from your boy, Bo Burnham.
Oh, yo, man, my life's about three things, man. Three things. Getting money, getting pussy, and the Dewey Decimal System.
The coolest part is that this is actually his directorial debut, so the first movie that he's directed, which is, like, super impressive because in my opinion, he nailed it. So the other day, for whatever reason, I started reading reviews for the movie, just kind of to see what the consensus was about it, I guess. And for the most part, people seemed to agree with me, or they'd offer some reasonable, like, explanation for why they didn't find certain elements of it good, which a lot of them were completely understandable. However, I also saw lots of negative reviews that gave no coherent points as to why they disliked it, or they gave just kind of ridiculous ones, and then they gave it like 1 star or something. Anyway, today we're gonna read some of those reviews because they're kind of fascinating in a very weird way. It's let's just have a look, shall we? Let's have a gander at some of these. All right, so first review here from Melissa C. Observing an anxiety-ridden child whose mother left her is not my idea of a good time. Last movie I hated this month was Eyes Wide Shut. Excuse me? Okay, so a few things. A, who says that a movie needs to be a good time to be a good movie? If nothing bad ever happens to your character, it's probably a bad movie. Most movies aren't just gumdrops and... gumdrops. That's the best I could come up with for that. Next up, last movie I hated this month was Eyes Wide Shut. This month, Eyes Wide Shut came out in like the late 90s, right? Like, thank you for your hot take of the day, but I'm not sure why that's included in your review for this movie. But thanks anyway. It was horrible! No plot! Nothing happens! It's slow! I was happy when it ended! Don't see this ever! Waste of time and money! Says nobody, apparently. That's pretty cool. So I've seen this critique a few times that there's no plot, which I find to be silly because you don't need a plot for a movie, right? You can tell a perfectly interesting story without having some elaborate setup to set it in action. This movie is intended to be a slice of life. So having the plot, so to speak, just be that this girl is having trouble in middle school and going into high school, that's enough of a plot for a perfectly interesting story to unfold. This movie was very good up until the climax of the film and went fine after. At the climax, I thought that the movie went from a story about the trials of youth to a hard-to-believe guilt trip from a feminist think tank, and I seriously question the motives for releasing the film now so close to election season. And if this climax was the original climax, it seems so out of place that I wonder if changing the climax was the only way to get into theaters. Holy shit. I am really genuinely having trouble responding to this one because I can't imagine being so far up your own ass that you think that stuff like this doesn't happen. So when it's portrayed in a movie or something, you're like, oh god, the feminists are out to get us men again. Oh no! And then he makes it out to be like a political message by saying that it's so close to election season. How could that possibly be a political statement at all? It breaks my heart that the director would allow this R-rated movie a title called 8th Grade. As a school teacher and administrator and mom, I can only hope families protect their kids not exposed to these things already. And many kids are not exposed to these things. And I hope families do not allow their kids to be exposed through this movie trusting the title. Okay, Aurora, a few things. A, if you're actually a teacher and an administrator, I think you should be able to write a coherent sentence. B, if you base what you think is safe for your kids on the title rather than the rating, then you're a bad parent. It is not the director's job to name the movie something that sounds R-rated. The fact that it's called 8th Grade is not like a rating, that it is for 8th graders. That annoys the shit out of me. It's cliche, we've seen it all before. The awkward stage in life where life doesn't seem right. Where have I heard that before? Oh yeah! Breakfast Club, 16 Candles, etc. Everyone knows that the two movies cannot have the same general focus, can they? It's not allowed anymore. Also, I guess the new word for a genre is a cliche. Like they're coming of age stories, dude. Breakfast Club and 8th grade don't have like anything in common aside from that. Okay, here we have someone saying exactly the opposite of what the last person said. Evan K says, hated it. Not at all what I was expecting. Angsty / melodramatic and nothing like other coming of ages like Boyhood or Love, Simon. Give it a miss. Everyone knows that if your movie isn't like other popular movies in the same genre, then it's bad, right? That's just how it works. If there's one thing I learned in film school, it's that. Also, middle school is very often angsty and melodramatic. Those are not bad things inherently. Those are just I don't get why that means that it's a 1.5 stars, dude. First comedy I ever went to and never laughed once. Never heard anyone in the theater laugh either. There were only 7 in the theater. Good acting, but what a horrible story. The girl had no friend, singular. Almost everyone has some friends, and why no ridicule for her video postings? Did nobody see them? 8th graders would be all over that. Very disappointing. I was also looking at my watch and counting down my exit. Put me in a sour mood. I can never get back my time wasted on this movie. Save yourself. So I've seen a few people say that the movie wasn't funny, which I disagree with, but I can't really argue with you about that. If you don't find the movie funny, that's okay. Don't know that it means it's a 1-star movie, but, you know. Also, in my theater that I saw it in, there were people laughing both times. So I'm not really completely sure what's up with that, but, you know. It also really bugs me that he says, why no ridicule for her video postings? Did nobody see them? Okay, so I was posting videos in middle school. Here's a clip. Wolves, activate! 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 You think I would have told anyone on the face of the earth about those in middle school? Absolutely not. He makes it sound almost like he's disappointed that Kayla wasn't ridiculed. That just makes me so mad. Like I said, I was making videos when I was this age, and it was a great creative outlet for me, and it clearly is for Kayla too. And the fact that just because they're young, you believe that they shouldn't be able to do this without being made fun of, just really sucks. That sucks. Okay, I am gonna go take an ice bath because it's 150 degrees in this house. You might be able to tell that I am excessively sweaty. It's pretty great. So this will hopefully be the first episode in a new series on this channel. You can think of this as sort of a pilot episode. I'm sort of just testing the waters. See if you guys like the idea. See if you'd like to see more, or if you have any ideas for how to improve the formula. Please do let me know any of those things down below. You can feel free to tell me that you hate these videos and you never want to see another one, and maybe you won't. But the problem is school just started up again for me, so I have about 1/4 the time I had before to work on these videos. So what I'm trying to do is find a video format that I can make more easily to kind of fill in the gaps between the long video essay style videos, which are absolutely not going anywhere. I just want to make sure that I keep regular uploads on this channel for you guys. I have a few more video essays coming down the pipeline pretty soon that I think are going to be really fun. Ugh, it's so fucking hot. Anyway, yeah, that's what's going on with the channel. That's what's going on with me. I really hate not having bangs and pushing them all off to the side, but I can't put this beanie back on. There, we'll find a happy medium. That looks great. Anyway, let me know what you thought. I hope you guys all enjoyed. If you didn't, that's completely fine. Just let me know what you didn't enjoy about it in the comments below. That's what the whole video is about, right? Is how to effectively leave feedback. So when you leave your feedback down there, I better not just get a bunch of comments that are like, it sucks. And now that I've said that, I'm gonna get a bunch of comments that are like, it sucks. So fuck me, I guess. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.
Getting sick of constant negativity, searching for some clarity. Try to switch my mind around, reversing the polarity, and scuttle through the undertow, an urgent need for therapy, coercing me to stray from my roots. I've even practiced sacrificing bad news to Aphrodite statues, antagonized by past dues, I'm camera shy and fat too. Diet plan to snack food.